Free Diddy today. I can't stand to see him locked up, no way. Free Diddy today. I can't stand to see him locked up, no way. Free Diddy today. I can't stand to see him locked up, no way. Somebody tell me, what did he do? Besides hire some male prostitutes. It was Cassie receiving the bang. Either way, she was doing her thing. It take a hoe to do what a hoe do. You know the bros gon' do what the bros do. Diddy paid everybody involved, and there wasn't no children involved at all. What happened to the tunnels? I heard he poured the baby oil in the funnel. He's sitting in jail cause of lies. Somebody need to free the guys tonight. Free Diddy today. I can't stand to see him locked up, no way. Free Diddy today. I can't stand to see him locked up, no way. Free Diddy today. I can't stand to see him locked up, no way. Y'all must ain't heard. It's allegations, speculations about Usher going up to that jail to see Diddy. He reminiscing on back in the day when Diddy was a lot younger, a lot hunger, a lot richer, with a whole lot of stamina, wrestling over the cereal boxes. Usher remember them days. He ain't got no bad words for Diddy, nothing but love. And then Diddy turned around and showed him that love. Allegedly, earlier this morning, Usher went down to the prison and gave Diddy a visit, and somebody said that it was conjugal. Now, we don't know if this stuff true or not. Everything you gonna hear in this video is alleged allegations, speculations for entertainment purposes, but one thing for sure, Usher reminiscing on Diddy. He missed that man, and that's why I'm starting to think that he's just a flat-out victim. He don't have no control over nothing. He went to Diddy camp when he was a child, along with a bunch of other artists. Usher made it big. It paid off spending that time with Diddy as a child. And now that he grown, he just can't let it go. Listen to this.
I don't have anything negative to say about Sean Combs because my experience was not what the world has seen.
Usher is getting candid about his views on Sean Diddy Combs. During an interview with Forbes' The Enterprise Zone, he used the word legacy to describe the hip-hop mogul. The singer went on to reflect on his own career path as host Jabari Young asked him about avoiding the kind of negativity that's been associated with Combs today.
I knew better. Maybe it was those valuable lessons in integrity in Tennessee, and furthermore, I knew what the hell I wanted. I didn't want to go to New York for the experience. I wanted a career, right? I could have gotten to a lot of stuff, but I chose a different road. I had a plan. I had a focus, right? I wanted to get it done, and you avoided a lot of the negativity that we obviously know shows up in his story today. Young kids, how do you talk to them about avoiding that negative like you did because you had your path?
I mean, this might be a bit controversial, but in the same way, I think many people choose to look past the reality of what our country is, the standards that we now stand on. We can't ignore the reality of the history, but in many ways, I think certain people are prosecuted and maybe not recognized for the greatness, that they offer. I don't have anything negative to say about Sean Combs because my experience was not what the world has seen and how he's been, misrepresented. I'm not saying that every man is perfect. I'm not saying that all of us don't have flaws, but I can't, with any sense of humanity, not recognize the valuable contributions that this man made.
He in his feelings, y'all. He in his feelings. He want Diddy to come home. A lot of people out there feel the same way. We seen him let it burn before. They said he was giving people herpes and slurpees, and I don't know if that stuff is real or not, but he got his own allegations out there. And now that he coming out doing these reports, people wondering, are they keeping in touch with Diddy? Are they answering his calls? Are they writing letters? Or are they acting like this man never existed? all of the people he don't help, all of the people he don't put on. Regardless of how we did it, y'all celebrating Drewski right now. And shout out to Drewski, a hell of a comedian. He's funny and all that stuff. We gonna deal with that on another video real soon. But he also went to the Diddy Daddy Flavor camp and got on and skipped the line ahead of a whole bunch of people that been grinding way longer than he been grinding. Out of the blue, he prime time. Now he in the politics. Come to find out, his mama and daddy was in the politics. He was born in the District of Columbia in Maryland. We're going to save that for another video. But as far as Usher is concerned, he's in his feelings about Diddy. You know, penetration can cause all different types of sensations. And I'm starting to believe that they might be in love. And if that's the case, Usher need to come on out with it and let everybody know exactly what went down between him and Diddy. We heard about the cereal boxes, man.
Man, don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No, I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even.
Remember when Gene Deal said he was standing by the door listening, sweating? When Diddy and Ja Rule was in that room banging? Y'all remember that? Gene Deal said he was standing by the door, sweating and listening, while Ja Rule and Diddy was in there with them butt toys. And he said he knew they had the butt plugs because he went to the sex shop with Diddy. He was in the sex shop with Diddy when he was buying the toys. That's what Gene Deal said. So when you see Diddy on that bed next to Kevin Hart and the bed all messed up, what was they doing before them cameras and things came in there? Kevin got that mic real close to his mouth, and you know what Diddy thinking about. And then Usher came in the door. Look.
This way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. Fresh
off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented.
God damn, that was his lover. That was his boo. Diddy was living like Michael Jackson. The never, ever land ranch. Used to wake up in the morning yawning, all night partying with a 10-year-old. And y'all wonder why Justin Bieber snapped. Now that Justin old, but he know that shit was wrong. He ain't know what was going on when he was a child. Now he a OG in the game. He want to fight, but still hurting because of Usher done brought him around Diddy. Talking about he got some white chocolate for the night. That's what he said. Read his lips when he talking to Usher. I ain't white chocolate no more, motherfucker. And he was ready to fight. Look at this, y'all. Let me get it together for y'all. Because Justin know better now. He can't believe that Usher did what he did to him when he was a child. He mad at his parents. He mad at everybody involved. He mad that he was put in this predicament. He was put in a predic you meant that he ain't never gonna be able to forget. He was a pretty motherfucker. And that's why Usher brought him around. They ain't know if he was male or female back then. They ain't know if Usher was a male or female back then. You would have thought he was Missy Elliott's little sister when he first came out. Bobby Brown with the locked jaw calling Usher a tenderoni when he was a kid. The titties all out. The Brat even was licking the CD cover when he came out with this madness, y'all. Spending the night with Diddy all night. Curly hair, sweating, all that. He was a fun boy. He reminiscing on Diddy real bad. He thinking about back in the day. He always been around older people. Lil' Kim got them draws. Hold on, y'all. Let me see what's going on right here. Yo, hello. Who this is, man? Hey, what's going on? Hold on. Let me get this together for you real quick, man. Don't even worry about that. Oh, yeah. Who this be?
Hey, this is Princess. I'm from Chicago. Just wanted to call you and chime in today on the topic.
Oh, man, we all is. What you got to say about Usher reminiscing on Diddy crying in interviews? They said he went to visit him.
Well, hey, shit, I think you miss him, you know? Shit, that's what's going on, you know? Shit is going down.
That's real talk. You know, they still ain't proved what Diddy did to be locked up, to be in jail. A lot of people feel like he need to be released until, you know, they come up with some further evidence, because it wasn't no kids involved. It was all grown people. It was consensual. He didn't hold nobody against their will. Do you feel like they need to let Diddy out?
I have my own, you know, comments and my own theories, but we just got to keep it the way it is, you know. We all know who Diddy is, you know. We all know about the parties and, you know, LeBron saying ain't no party like a Diddy party. You know, we know all that, but the whole this, you know, he's not in jail for sex trafficking, rape, and all molestation and all this. You know, some people just don't know how to read in between the lines. You know.
Yeah, that's true. That's so true. But you know the crazy part of
that's the way to set you down and put you in timeout. You know, Diddy is in timeout.
Yeah, just imagine all the brothers getting railroaded into the system and they don't have no evidence, no proof that they did anything, but they could just slam the hammer and say, hey, you know, it ain't a fair trial, but, you know, you going to jail. We all watched the Diddy trial and we waiting for the hardcore evidence of criminal activities, and we still have yet to see it, but he's sitting behind bars today. And you're saying that we should just let it be what it is?
The powers that be, you know, money talks, all that other bullshit walks.
Ain't nobody had more money than Diddy. He offered $50 million bail, and they still ain't let him walk. He put up his houses, private jets. He had all the resources you can imagine to get out the situation. They still ain't let him walk.
So how can anybody tell you what you can do with your own money?
Yeah,
Unless they
man.
paying you.
Yeah. I hear you on that. You know, a lot of people feel like, and I'm not an advocate. I'm not trying to say Diddy shouldn't be in jail, but I would like to know what he's in jail for.
Maybe because maybe he sued that liquor company. You know, and when you start biting the hand that feeds you, you know, that's when they tap you on the ass. You know?
But do that make it right, though?
No, it don't. On political aspect, no, it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't.
I know you probably been a fan of hip hop and R&B for a long time, and at this current,
my favorite rapper.
Oh, real talk. At this state in your life, at this point in your life, do you still feel the same fandom for entertainment like you used to when you was coming up?
No, I don't. Back in the day, you know, we just couldn't wait to see our favorite artists on TV pop up, you know? And it was just like, oh, but you got butterflies in your stomach. Oh, and so happy and excited. But now it's like, damn, you know, wow.
Yeah, just don't have that same feel no more. People get more excited for food reviewers and Instagram stars than they do for bona fide people that have been in movies and put out albums and things.
Yeah.
That's some real talk, man. Yo, your conversation.
And I wanted to another reason why I wanted to chop it up with you, Sean, is because I heard you in another live, in your one of your recent lives.
I'm sorry about that, love. Your phone was going in and out. What was that?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Your phone was going in and out. Can you repeat that? You said you heard me in one of my lives talking about what?
Jay-Z.
Oh, yeah, we was talking about Jay-Z.
My phone is real quick, but I'm going to call you from my other phone, okay? I'm going to call you from my other phone. But
Oh, no doubt.
The views.
Okay, that's what's up, sister. We appreciate you. We're gonna holler at you later. That's what's up, man. Thank us so much for calling in, man. Real talk. Yeah. People don't give a damn about nothing that's happening with this man, but Usher do. Usher give a damn. And that's why he's speaking about it. It's looking like he about to put his resources and things together to see what they could do. And you know, once one person do something and come out and speak highly about somebody, then everybody else is going to hop on the bandwagon. And this is a horrible look for Jay-Z because you figure that was his right-hand man. Diddy was Ken and Jay-Z was Ryu. And he ain't even trying to throw a Hadouken to get his man out of a bind. But Usher stepping in, and it's looking like he willing to take it all the way just to get Diddy some justice out here.
I mean, this might be a bit controversial, but in the same way, I think many people choose to look past the reality of what our country is, the standards that we now stand on. We can't ignore the reality of history.
Hello, who this is, man?
Hey, Sean, this is Candy, your boss, calling in from the Bronx, New York.
That's what's up, all the way from the Bronx, y'all. What's on your mind?
Hey, I'm watching. I just wanted to say that I think Usher is scared because, Diddy, allegedly people been looking out, Kim Porter gone, a couple of people dead and everything. And then the Illuminati, it's only like a matter of time. You got to sacrifice or like do something to stay in the game or something. Usher been in the game for a while. It's been like 20 plus years or something since he was a teenager. Like his time is almost up. So I think he's scared that either he gonna be like on his way out, or he's just scared of Diddy, or something like that. I mean, I think Usher gonna pack up and move to Bali. I think he's trying to stay neutral. He don't want to be involved in nothing. He want his name out of it because everybody know Usher, as a victim. He went to the hospital, his booty hole, everything. We seen it. The world seen it. So I just think he's scared and he's trying to stay neutral.
Yeah, and once they get Diddy out the way, a lot of people need to be paranoid because when Diddy come home, they're going to be thinking, well, who's next? They don't want to be in line to go through it because if they put Usher in that spotlight and they start to bring up his relationship with Bieber, Diddy, and all these other people, it can get real weird real fast.
It can. And I feel bad for Bieber, because he was a kid too. I don't know what his experience, what happened to him. Who's the person that they said choked up? They was fighting, he choked up Usher. Is that Bieber?
Yeah, they said he choked him up at the Beyonce party.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. It's just crazy. They both was kids, and the way Diddy told him, like, oh, you didn't call me, and we don't party, and the way he said that to a kid, and the way he said it to adults, and he was like telling Fabulous, like, oh, we don't party like that, and you said it to a kid too. It's just crazy, But I really think Usher is scared as hell, and he about to pack up and take flight. That's all I was calling to say. I think he's scared as hell.
Yo, that's
and he
real
coming
talk.
out. Even somebody paid him to say that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he care about the money because he is already a millionaire, a multi-millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
So he don't give a damn about no money. He gonna be rich until the day he die. Okay, granted. But how he gonna die is a whole nother story, and who gonna take his ass up out of here? That's a whole nother story. And one more thing I want to say before I get up out of here. It was a girl in the chat room. Her name is Tequila. She said that she know how Usher is a victim, and he didn't even visit Diddy in jail, and how she know it's gonna take us down another rabbit hole. Girl, take us down the rabbit hole, please, Tequila, because we can't go no deeper than what the hell we already going. We already in the hole, so you might as well just keep us going, okay? Because I want to know, baby. Inquiring minds want to know.
Oh, that's
and
right.
Thank you, Sean. And you be cracking me up. I be having so much laughter over here, even when my days is bad, and I turn your ass on, I'm gonna start laughing. So,
oh man, I appreciate
thank you.
that.
I'm a fan and everything. I'm a subscriber and everything. So, and we love you, Sean. And thank you for your reporting. You funny as hell.
Oh, man, I appreciate you. We love you too, sister. And don't be no stranger. You call back whenever you feel like it. Real talk, man. So much love for you. We're going to talk to you soon. No doubt, no doubt. Who the girl she was talking about need to call in here? They want all of that tea, man. The floor is yours. Whoever you are, that she was talking about, you need to call in and let the people know what's on your mind, because people are interested. Inquiring minds want to know what's going on. Phone lines open. People quick to say that Usher is a millionaire, billionaire, and everything, but when you got handlers and you got owners and people that put you on platforms, Usher didn't set up his residency in Vegas. He didn't call a casino and do the paperwork and get the rehearsals, get all that set up. He not a self-made man. Usher ain't never handled his own business. He always had handlers. Whether it was Diddy, his mother, multiple people in the entertainment industry got an interest in Usher because they know he can bring them revenue. Whatever he's left with, we'll never know. He probably been getting the short end of the stick his whole career, but they make him look good because he the damn product. People make it seem like Pepsi is getting the money. But when you buy some Coca-Cola, the Coca-Cola is getting the money. No, the Coca-Cola is the brand, it's the product, but it ain't getting no damn cash. Whoever the owner of the company is getting the cash. And when you look at artists and entertainers, you got to look at them in the same way. They're a brand, but you got to consider who owned the brand. Do Usher own his own brand? I thought Diddy owned his own brand. I thought he was the CEO of Ciroc. I thought he was the CEO of DeLeon Tequila. The way he put it, every time I went in the liquor store to get a bottle of Ciroc, I was thinking I'm supporting a black-owned business. Come to find out, he ain't own nothing. And that's why he's sitting in jail. If he had some real leverage, it wouldn't even have played out like that. He ain't have no leverage. So as far as Usher being a millionaire, he might be just as broke as you and me. Once you strip away all of the fame and the glitters, the awards and all that bullshit, he might be struggling to get by. Let them say, Usher, we ain't rocking with you no more. Your brand is tarnished. He gonna be working at Whole Foods somewhere. Walgreens, he gonna be fighting with the dude from 112 for more hours. But that's Negro here nor there. And maybe he is filthy rich. I ain't seen no Usher grocery store, no rest. Do he got a restaurant? He probably do. And even if he do got a restaurant, it could be somebody in his entourage that own the restaurant, manage and control, using his brand and his likeness just to get customers to come in the door. People think Patti LaBelle baking all them damn pies. Patti never touched the damn pie. It came off of the damn belt. And who owns the company? For all we know, Walmart could own the Patti pies. But that's Negro here, no. What do I know? All I could do is allegate and speculate. Did y'all hear that new song about Free Diddy? Listen at this. Free Diddy today. I can't stand to see him locked up, no way. Free Diddy today. I can't stand to see him locked up, no way. Free Diddy today. I can't stand to see him locked up, no way. Somebody tell me, what did he do besides hire some male prostitutes? It was Cassie receiving the bank. Either way, she was doing her thing. It take a hoe to do what a hoe do. You know the bros gon' do what the bros do. Diddy paid everybody involved, and there wasn't no children involved at all. What happened to the tunnels? I heard he poured the baby oil in the funnel. He's sitting in jail cause of lies. Somebody need to free the guys tonight. Free Diddy today. I can't stand to see him locked up, no way. Free Diddy today. I can't stand to see him locked up, no way. Now, who in their right mind gonna come out with some BS like that? And you know, now that I'm older, when I use the bathroom, well, I used to could stand up and do it like a boss, but now I gotta sit down with it. And when I stand back up, I be dribbling like LeBron James. Gotta leave some toilet paper on. Some gotta wait a while or whatever. You walk away from that toilet as an old man, you're gonna be dribbling like Kyrie Irving if you don't get it all out. It's dangerous out here, man. You gotta be more careful the older you get. Women out there having hot flashes looking for young boys. It's crazy when you get older. And I know Diddy going through it. They said he got a Tootsie Roll down there. It probably was huge back in the day. But all that messing around, all them diseases will shrimp your shit. When he was with Usher, when Usher was young, I don't know what it is about these old rich men and these young men. The Michael Jacksons, the Jeffrey Epsteins, the Diddys, the Ushers, the Biebers. Now, I don't want to believe any of this stuff is true, but it's definitely a pattern going on here, especially when you got an overly emotional Usher speaking about back in the day when he was spending time with Diddy, fighting over the cereal boxes.
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early.
Can you imagine the Frosted Flakes flying everywhere? Diddy mad, Usher mad. They hungry, deprived. Wake up in the morning, stomach growling. You got this little boy trying to eat some cereal, and here come Diddy fighting over the box. He remembered that vividly. That didn't just come out his behind. It actually happened. A grown-ass Diddy waking up in the bed with Usher all on his chest, snoring, drooling all on his shoulder. And they look at each other. Next thing you know, they making a dash to the kitchen. Usher done jumped up, grabbed the box. Here come Diddy. He trying to snatch the box. Gimme. 2 fruit. They should have just ate some Fruit Loops.
I love Usher's artistry and music. I went to a concert of his with some friends a few years ago to celebrate my birthday. I was wearing a birthday crown, and because of that, I was selected to go backstage before the show. Later, a security guard picked me up and asked me for my number. He told me Usher had seen me backstage and was interested in me. After the show, my friends and I returned to the hotel. I got a call from Usher on a block number.
Was the security guard laughing when he approached her? Yeah, Usher got an appetite. Hey, Biggie. He probably chased her down like a pig to get that phone. And no disrespect to her, man. But Usher like them chunky. And ain't nothing wrong with a plus size female, man. They are the best. If you've never been with a plus size female, you missing out on life. But the thing about it is, you got to treat people with respect and dignity, regardless of what they looking like or what their size is. You got to treat people like human beings. She talking like Usher used and abused her and treated her like a piece of meat. A big piece of meat. He wanted a snack. And she's a legend that he gave her a STD or whatever the case is. I wasn't putting nothing past nobody. Because depending on how he was feeling, Usher probably been with a whole bunch of skinny winnies and decided he wanted a biggie or he probably had them all. It was something about her that he liked. He wanted to have some fun. But come on, man. All them supermodels, hey, this her story and she's sticking to it. Look.
Asking me what hotel I was staying in and the room number. After the show, my friends and I returned to the hotel. I got a call from Usher on a block number asking me what hotel I was staying in and the room number. About an hour later, he arrived. We spoke for a while and then we engaged in sexual contact. He never warned me about any STDs. It was just after my 19th birthday.
It happened that fast? Hey, what's going on? Happy birthday, baby. You feeling okay? Yeah. Matter of fact, how about you just turn around real fast? We could just, get this over. I ain't got all day. Yes, Usher. She probably said, ooh, before she turned around, she said, ooh, I'm in a rush. That's disgusting. But why would she lie? You know what I'm saying? You got to factor that in there too. And he was going down, baby, until they swept this under the rug. They put him back in the game. I'm pretty sure he signed a contract to where he'd do anything to get out of the shit. The Vegas residency and all that type of stuff. He probably signed a slave deal just to get from under this controversy, because it was multiple people coming out claiming that he gave them STDs and things. So how did they make it all go away for Usher? And the craziest part about it is it's like the Twilight Zone or one of them shows back in the day to where they hit a button and it just disappeared. I never seen a situation like this dissipate the way that it dissipated for Usher. Because when it was going down, I was doing videos back then and I was saying, it's a wrap for Usher. There's no way he gonna get from under this. It's too heavy. The weight is too much. They was coming out the woodworks. He was on magazine covers, all on the blogs, all in the news. People was going in. And then all of a sudden, he was the golden boy. The fans showed back up to the concerts. Women's throwing their panties on the stage. They jumping up there. They kissing. They acting like ain't none of this stuff ever happened. So for him, I don't know what he had to do or what. I don't know. But it definitely disappeared. And he's back and he's speaking about Diddy. Look at this.
But in many ways, I think choose to look past the reality of what our country is, the standards that we now.
Oh, let me talk on that too. When they asked him about Diddy, he started speaking about the country and the standards of America as if, America messed up, so it's all right if Diddy's messed up. The president is this, that, and the third, so how can you judge Diddy? That's his narrative with this thing. It's like he's making excuses for Diddy's behavior.
Stand on. We can't ignore the reality of the history. But in many ways, I think certain people are prosecuted and maybe not recognized for the greatness, that they offer. I don't have anything negative to say about Sean Combs because my experience was not what the world has seen and how he's been, misrepresented. I'm not saying that every man is perfect. I'm not saying that all of us don't have flaws, but I can't, with any sense of humanity, not recognize the valuable contributions that this man made for us as Black entrepreneurs, for us as businessmen, for us as people who transition, culture and ideas into something that's tangible and becomes business. So many people benefited from what he created, and I acknowledge that. And that's why I see him as legacy.
Yeah. You told Shannon Sharp you learned a lot about business during that era.
Absolutely.
What'd you learn?
Puff was a mentor, but he was like you have that really, really hard teacher, but you're watching something in real time.
Pause. A really, really hard teacher. I bet. All these years, all this time. Y'all want to know what I think it is? I think Usher probably done some things to where he could sympathize with a Diddy. And we've all done some things. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's a saint. Some of y'all get y'all taxes and blow off your whole family. Got your grandmama crying for years over how you did her when you got them taxes. She was feeding you, watching the babies, doing all that. You get them taxes, you ain't even helping nobody out. You get a new boyfriend or something like that, people be disowning their kids for their man. You got dudes out here that choose their new girlfriend over their daughter. It's a whole bunch of dirt that people be doing. People be at work, sleeping around with coworkers and things, come home, got a husband, got a wife, acting like ain't nothing going on, making up silly lies, just living wrong. It's happening out there, man. There's dirt being done. Nobody's perfect. I done some dirt. It ain't as dirty as your dirt, but dirt is dirt, man. I've done some dusty things in my life to myself. I can't think of nothing that I did to harm nobody else, but just by being involved with certain people is dusty enough. Having relationships with certain people is dust and dirt. To associate with certain people is doing yourself a disservice. It's a sin. So nobody is innocent out here. I know Usher done been in situations. According to this young lady, he took her to the telly. Well, he came to her hotel room after he got her phone number from his bodyguard. He wasn't even man enough to approach this woman. He didn't want to spit in front of people. He was too embarrassed. He figured, hey, handle that work for me because I got to have it. And if he was a real man about it, he would have walked off the stage, picked her up. Well, they would have had to pick her up, bring her back on stage, serenade her real good, get acquainted in front of everybody. He ain't got no problem doing that with the other females, but he figured he could get with her on the low.
I never heard from him again.
Wait.
When I was STDs, then we engaged in sexual contact. About an hour later, he arrived. We spoke for a while, and then we engaged in sexual contact. He never warned me about...
See the way she licked her lips after she said that? I'm starting to see what Usher seen in her ass. Man, put a gown on her, bake some, do something, go and get in that kitchen, do something. Man, it's getting hot up in this motherfucker, man. I ain't trying to say Usher got bad taste, cause he's seen, I'm starting to see it too.
About an hour later, he arrived. We spoke for a while, and then we engaged in sexual contact. He never warned me about any STDs. It was just after my 19th birthday. I never heard from him again. When I first heard reports that he had herpes, I couldn't believe it. I had a child a year ago, and I knew I was negative. But I contacted Lisa Bloom to find out what my rights are as a woman. Although I am negative,
Hold on, wait a minute. She's saying she ain't got the herpes, but she's suing for the herpes? Wait a minute. Did they give her some money for this? But this the type of stuff that people don't think about. The same way they did Diddy. It was Cassie with the warts in the ass. It was Cassie giving them boys STDs. It was Cassie taking that money, eating hot Cheetos, walking down the street with booty shorts on. Diddy ain't never did none of that. It was Cassie had them boys burning. Diddy milkshake ain't bought nobody to the yard. It was Cassie on Craigslist. But people swept that under the rug. It was Cassie that needed to be in jail. He gave her $20 million and she still went to court, pregnant with another man's baby. I feel sorry for her husband. The same way her story don't make no sense. A lot of that Diddy stuff don't make no sense. But he's sitting in jail, and that's why Usher is in his feelings, because he know what it's like when the public turn on you. It ain't nothing you can do about it unless you're gonna put on a shiny suit and go to Vegas and do a residency for the low. I'm starting to think they paid Usher with food. They probably had him in a cage after he did his show at the residency. They let his ass out only when it's time to perform. After he did that circus act, they finally let him go. But now he hopping back in the hot water. With all. Matter of fact, let me take a little bit of time to do my research while I'm talking, because I don't want people to think I'm just talking about stuff I don't know. Look at this. I need to see this for what it is and what it was. I got to get a clear understanding. Okay. And this where we at? Let's get into it. Hey, reading is fundamental, people. The phone line's open. Y'all can call in if that's what y'all want to do. Until then, I got to get my learn on. And y'all welcome to join me Let's get an understanding about this. Usher Past, Present, and Future, the 6-concert tour by American singer Usher. It was announced on February 6, 2024 in support of his 9th studio album, Coming Home. The tour began August 20th, 2024 in Washington, D.C. and concluded on May 7th, 2025 in London town. The tour announcement follows after his 100-show residency at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace and Park MGM in Las Vegas. So he had a residency in 2 locations. So when you have a residency, that means that you live in there for the time being. Somebody got you by the balls. I seen the movie Casino. And you working at one of them big shots casinos, they slapping you, calling you bitches, and doing all that. You got to make them their money tonight. They had Usher on the leash at 2 damn places in Vegas, getting that dirty money, pimp, hoe, prostitute money down there in Vegas. He was in Sin City for 100 shows booked and locked. Can't go nowhere in the middle of the desert trying to get out of a debt. Okay, respectively, as well as Usher headlining the Super Bowl halftime show, he was working like a dog at the Alignment Stadium on February 11, 2024. The tour was met with an overwhelming demand, expanding from the original 24 shows to 58 more than double the amount of shows that were previously announced. So they double pimped him. That's like going to work and they forcing you to do overtime. You did your 8 hours. They lock the doors and say, y'all can't leave until you complete a 16-hour shift because we running low. They squeezed the juice out his lemon. But that's what he signed up to do. And I highly doubt if it has something to do with some money. Because once you get paid, you ain't coming back to do no more damn shows. Once you tired, you tired. It's looking like he ain't had no choice but to do it, allegedly. In 2021, Usher embarked on his first ever concert residency titled Usher Las Vegas Residency at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace. The residency was met with critical acclaim and was praised by fans. All 20 shows of the residency were sold out completely across July, August, and December. Soon after the residency closed, Usher announced that he was starting a new Vegas residency July 2022 at Park MGM titled Usher My Way, the Las Vegas residency, which helped celebrate the 25th anniversary of his album, My Way. Damn, it been 25 years. The residency sold out consistently throughout its run and was extended several times until December 2023. Now think about this, y'all. Think about it. While he's going on this run, who did he bring along for the ride? That's what did Diddy make an appearance? Could he afford to bring somebody else up there? Was there any other acts? And I'm pretty sure there was. Look at this. Damn, his taxes gots to be a bitch. If he made, how much y'all think they took in taxes? Off the top. They took $3 million taxes. He had to pay the dancers. He had Vegas, you know he got to eat. Wardrobe and all. He probably walked away with $50K. He did a show in Baltimore. And that hit, man, at the end of the year, he fucked. Mr. Raymond, you owe $14 billion in taxes. I know that had to hurt. It's all good when you're making the money. But when you got to pay that back, ain't nothing funny about it. Man, they capitalized off his ass so bad. How much y'all think, at the end of all of this, God damn, somebody rob him. Where he at? Catch his ass coming out the Waffle House. Knock the hash browns out his ass. God damn, he made a whole lot of money. He made $10 million at the Barclays in New York City. Shoot, do New York every night. All these other cities broke. Dallas had some bread for him. But ain't nothing like New York. Yeah, take your ass back to New York. Did Diddy come out there when he was in New York? Good God almighty. Hold on. They pay him $20 million in London town? We spare no expense. Again, Elton John just gave him some tip money. And that's how he came. $20 million. Forget America. Just perform overseas. France gave him $3 million for the show. He went to Dubai. They ain't paid his ass yet. Look. They tried to pay him with that damn chocolate bar. He wasn't going. The Never Amsterdam hit him with $9 million. Oh my God, total. Look at the total. Oh my God. And he crying about it. I'll be crying about Diddy too. He probably got a shrine for Diddy in his house. He made it possible for Usher to bring in this type of cash. He the one that opened the door to the money for Usher, but you know ain't nothing for free. It ain't. Usher had to be a good boy back then in order for these opportunities to be like this. And okay, this is what I'm gonna do, because I'm just running my mouth. I don't know this man personally. I'm a fan. All I could do is allegate and speculate. And it's all good when you entertaining and coming up with conclusions. But in all reality, I don't know the ins and outs. I could just tell y'all my perspective. So I don't want y'all leaving this video walking away like you got some vital information or some facts or something like that. This some dude on YouTube running his mouth about some people he never met and probably ain't never gonna meet. And with that being said, I'm going to continue to allegate and speculate about all of this. Hold on, wait. They said, from my understanding, Usher's mother, and shout out to his beautiful mother, no disrespect to her, but they said Usher's mother was working at she was cleaning at the record company or something. And she took his demo up to the top floor. She quit her job and she was banking on Usher. She was tired of cleaning for them folks, if I'm not mistaken. She was working in the building where L.A. Reid was working. Somehow she worked her way up to that office, gave them that demo, and it was on ever since. But when she gave them the demo, how did she know for sure that they was going to listen to it? And she's a beautiful woman, especially back then, man. That smile is worth $1 million alone. Goddamn crackers and cheese, they was bougie back then. I know there ain't no beer. I know there ain't no motherfucking beer. Oh, hell no. That ain't no sippy cup. I know that ain't a can of Miller's Light she giving that baby. He was groomed. That better not be no Colt 45. Y'all thought Diddy mama was bad. What the hell is going on here, man? I'm gonna leave this alone. But before I continue to talk any further, let's get an understanding. Usher's parents, Janetta Batten and Usher Raymond III, had been influential in his life and career. The R&B singer's mother was instrumental in his success throughout the 90s and early 2000s. Janetta not only aided in business decisions, but encouraged her son to reach his potential because that was her bread and butter. The type of ambition that was required for me to be the type of entertainer that I am, it was in the spirit of my mother. First and foremost, Usher said in an interview, in February 2024, the Yeah singer performed at the Super Bowl and all that and everything. They were married in 1977 and Usher is their only child. I thought he had brothers. He the only child. And they gave him up to Diddy. Let's get to this. Janetta acted as Usher's manager in his early career. And he looked like he's just so dissatisfied. Like, yeah, you got what you wanted. He looked like he pissed off about it, man. Janetta wanted to help her son achieve stardom and initially acted as a manager for Usher, helping guide his early career. So she a Joe Jackson in her own right. She was the one calling the shots. Get your ass up. It's one thing to have your mom waking you up, telling you to do your chores and do your homework and everything. But it's another thing when she treating you like a business acquisition. Get your ass up. Time to do a show. Gyrate them hips, boy. Lick your lips. Do some sexy shit. You got to serenade these ladies out here. She turned her son to a gigolo. In the 90s, Usher was a member of the Tennessee boy group New Beginning, but Jonetta quickly realized he had potential as a solo performer. She moved the family to Atlanta, a decision that the young singer didn't understand at the time. She put him in the town of the... I ain't gonna talk bad about Atlanta, because everybody live in Atlanta. And if you don't, you probably want to come. So I ain't gonna talk bad about the A-Town, but, you know, she swung him that way for a reason. We had a record deal, so we had music, and I felt like my world was being taken away from me. He told whatever. And she's like, no, baby, your world is only beginning because you're a solo artist and there's something incredible in you. She sold him to the devil. While my boo artist felt like his dream career had vanished, his mom assured him it was all part of her plan. We are going to figure this out. We're going to do it. I will start all the way from the bottom, Usher recalled her saying. So she hit the ground running. She was looking for takers. That's like a pimp with a hoe on the line. She had to butter him up and talk that jazz to him to get him on board. Don't worry, sugar. I got these tricks lined up. We're going to make it happen. She had to put a wig on a pig to get a gig. She had to make $1 out of 15 cents. Whatever the saying is, she had to make it happen. Sometime after relocating to Atlanta, Usher began performing around town. And when he won the talent show, he met LaFace Records co-founder L.A. Reid. According to the artist, this introduction was a turning point for him and his career. Now, that's where the story get jacked up. And that's when they start telling stories and fabricating all of this. Look. Let's get it together, man, because that's not the story that was told before. Look, hold on, wait.
Let's start with Usher.
Yes.
Talk about
Yeah,
it.
so I met Usher, Usher. I met him when he was 14, and my book actually opens with that because it was one of the highlights in my career. At 14 years old, this young guy comes walking into my office, and he starts singing. And I stopped him early and said, wait a minute, hold up, this is too good. I need to go get some girls. So I bring...
Hold on, wait a minute. I thought that he met him at a talent show, y'all. Wait a minute. They said he met him at a talent show when he won. Why they lying? What's going on here, man? What's the big secret? The same way Rihanna said she met Jay-Z in his office. And he told her the only way you getting out of here is if you sign that contract, you can go through the door, but if you don't, you're going through the window. She said she was in there for hours with Jay-Z and his team before they gave her that contract. And you figure you about to give somebody $1 billion, what you gonna do for me? Yeah, you could sing and everything. There's a lot of people that can sing. They said Rihanna was in that office for hours. What could they possibly be doing in there for hours? Bleak come in the door. Next thing you know, he leave out sweating. Here come Beanie. Beanie come in the door. He leave out sweating. The whole day, allegedly. So, hey, I don't know. But Usher definitely, he the golden boy. That's for sure. And we wouldn't even be speaking about him, especially not in this capacity, if he wasn't out here advocating for Diddy. And I applaud him for that because back in the day, they was boy. I wish Jay-Z would come out and say something, especially before he do his tour. He ain't got no street cred. He ain't got no nothing. He a auntie at this point in his career. He trying to make a comeback. People not going for it. But we just gonna have to wait and see what's going on. Black celebrities catching hell left and right. Usher, I'm still a fan. But when I think about it, am I really a fan of Usher's music? Because it was one song that made me feel like I probably don't want to listen to him ever again. Let me do this real quick. Y'all stay tuned while I get this together. I know I sound like a hater, but I promise you that's not what I'm trying to do. Get it together. What time is it? Okay, I got time. Okay, let's make this make sense real quick while we got time. Peace up, A-Town Down. Yeah, okay. Usher and Lil Jon. Yeah. What it do, shorty? Let's go. Up in the club with my homies, trying to get a little VI. Keep it down on the low key, cause you know how it is. Hey, wait a minute. He in the club with his homies trying to get a little VI. Keep it on the down low, on the low key, cause you know how it is. I saw this shorty. She was checking up on me from the game. She was spitting in my ear. You would think that she know me. I decided to chill. Conversation got heavy. She had me feeling like she's ready to blow. Watch out. She was saying, come get me. So I got up and followed her to the flow. And she said, baby, let's go. When I told her, I said, yeah. Boo! I ain't feeling it, man. Y'all let me know if y'all feeling any of this. They mowing the lawns and stuff. I'm about to get out of here, man. Yo, I'm gonna holla at y'all on the next stream, baby. Free Diddy today. I can't stand to see him locked up, no way. Free Diddy today. I can't stand to see him locked up, no way. Free Diddy today. I can't stand to see him locked up, no way. Somebody tell me, what did he do? Besides hire some male prostitutes. It was Cassie receiving the bang. Either way, she was doing her thing. It take a hoe to do what a hoe do. You know the bros gon' do what the bros do. Diddy paid everybody involved, and there wasn't no children involved at all. What happened to the tunnels? I heard he poured the baby oil in the funnel. He's sitting in jail cause of lies. Some need to free the guys tonight. Free Diddy today. I can't stand to see him locked up, no way. Free Diddy today. I can't stand to see him locked up.